And I mean, these are just players that have also just been very clutch in whether that's the first qualifier that we go back to in season 1 or whether that's been all of the regular season and playoffs. But looks like we are loading in for the map 5 through the first best of 5. One of the first times we've ever seen Texas Nation really pushed in playoffs, and BearClaw might have it in them to be able to push them over the edge, get to a second best of 5. But before that happens, they got to find 6 rounds on one of their favorite search and destroy maps on Bocage. Can they do it again, Al?
Oh boy, I really just cannot wait to see what the setups are going to be. And it's Texas Nation on the defense first. Okay, they're going to double set nade this front door play towards A. That's the whole call for this. Looking to see if BearClaw is going to play aggressively. And with the lack of information off of anyone pushing, Havoc can now sneak forward safely. That said, BearClaw, I don't believe have thrown too many, if any, nades at all. So maybe there's an opportunity here for BearClaw to kind of delay these set nades and maybe find a free pick.
So it is going to be Brezzy who's responsible for watching over Havoc, watching over this A site. And that's where BearClaw is starting to position themselves. But will they try to work into Grannies first? Kismet's ready for it if they do. 50 seconds. Now on that clock. As Kismet's going to move all the way up through the middle of the map. He has this mid-cross now, and this is going to give him a lot of information. But 2 players have already crossed in, meaning that there could be some damage done in the back.
Kismet wants to go further. This is dangerous. Yep, that's why you've got players watching for it. So the isolation comes through. Bomb now starting to be planted. No defensive counter nades are going to hit Radial whatsoever, so the bomb will get planted for free. But look how quickly Havoc is moving. 6 in yellow, already around the back, able to take down at least one of the post-plant setups. The problem is, Noisy's gotten up to the high ground, and with him is also Radial. So as far as Texas Nation is concerned, you have to do a lot of clearance before you can even attempt to defuse this bomb.
Yeah, 3 versus 3. Exotic trying to watch over everything here while also watching his back. Bomb's going to start to be defused. Havoc's watching over General, but Exotic has the angle. Nice clutch spot here from the top of Barn. And that's going to put us into a 2v2. Exotic finds the second. Noisy on the flank. Should be good for Havoc. Unless Exotic comes away with all 3. But playing the clock, easily done. Noisy finds it on the flank. And BearClaw, very first successful offensive round, will be solid.
You know you're watching Great Search and Destroy when the first blood is the reason why the round is won. Kismet dropping in that position, valid. There's no one else for the side of Texas Nation that can check to see when that hit's coming because you've already tossed all of your nades from the get-go. So I think that that's a really important thing to keep an eye on, and it's just a simple piece of timing. If Kismet gets the first blood or sneaks further forward, then BearClaw's in a bad position. So a brilliant first blood, good patience from BearClaw, and now look at this. Aggressive defense through the B site. Looking to take across stables, but look at the counter nades. Texas Nation are very aware of this.
Oh, Brezzy's going to spot out 1. Can Welly get there to help him? No, Radial up top helps him. And now Brezzy is down. You have to worry about your flank, and so much of the map control is now lost here for the side of Texas Nation, but they do a good job of getting 1 back. Havoc there for 2. Takes down Noisy. Might have just saved the round here for Texas Nation.
Absolutely has. That's the right call for Texas Nation. Isolate these players that had pushed through. Get these eliminations, even if it comes at a bit of a cost. You cannot work for a plant until you are actually able to safely clean up your offensive spawn. So now it's down to how do you get onto the A zone? And, well, as Kismet tosses a nade, that may be enough, but there's no high ground controls. Exotic take care of Havoc up towards ladder. So bomb planted 2v2, and the retake is going to be 2 ARs trying to retake this bomb site. This is the right call. Make a move through mid, get barn control, and then come back over towards A.
Well, all the way around the back they'll go. Clearing up Barn, checking the clutch spots. 2 ARs here. Basically just going to flip sides with the side of Texas Nation. Through the window, though, Welly finds 1. And now it's all going to fall onto General, who could be able to win this. 15 seconds on the clock.
Does he have an angle at this bomb? It's already halfway defused. He has to check. He has to check. General, you have to check. What are you waiting for? Oh, no. And I don't even know if the bomb was planted on that side of the map, Austin. I want to say that it was planted for a barn post plant, which was never allowed.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's so interesting because I have to imagine General's thinking that they didn't hop on the bomb to like the absolute last second, like around 8-9 second mark where he has enough time to be able to find that kill and find the diffuser. But it's such a risky play. I mean, it's more or less a 50-50, and it does not go his way. So 2 rounds very early for BearClaw, despite Havoc's play. And Radial with the bomb. He's already at the top of Granny's, but he's losing his teammates. Noisy, however, almost snaps for 3. And it's going to fall onto Radial to see if he can pull off a 1v2.
This is aggression meets aggression, and, well, BearClaw will not come out on top of this one. What a call. You had, what was it, Kismet, I believe, up top on the mannequin windowsill, and as soon as the first blood comes out, he pushes through, or it may have been Havoc that was up top. I forget which one, but there was a 3-man hit on the bottom side of the tank swamps from Texas Nation defensively, and BearClaw were looking to get aggressive on the opposite side of the map, taking over the high ground. So it's just a really, really weird piece of timing, but Texas Nation used that absolutely to their advantage, and it must have been Havoc up top because he's at 6 and 3, and he did find at least 1 kill. So interesting setup from both teams. And how about BearClaw essentially pulling the same thing that they had the last time around, thinking that we could show force here and then maybe not even fully commit, see if we can bait Texas Nation to re-wrap back, and that has actually started to occur. As you've got Kismet watching the corner, but good nades from Texas Nation will confirm the first blood and a numbers advantage for Texas Nation.
Oh, and I think they know one more is here.
Havoc
just
good call.
Nice little bunny hop right through, and they clear out everyone who was trying to work through a middle angle or through a flank. And now that B site, it is open. It's a heavy stack over by A. That's kind of where your numbers were left, so that's where you're forced to stay. It is a kill back for Welly, and that's going to put us into a 3v2, but now you got to play retake.
For a second, I thought Kismet was going to go with Havoc.
I thought so, too.
That's why Exotic's about to get the freest double of his life. So the retake on the way, but Brezzy with some tower control will make sure that no antics will occur here. In Texas Nation, here's the thing, like, any diligent rock, paper, scissors player knows, you don't throw rock twice. And BearClaw tries to come out and throw rock twice. They try to make the same play happen defensively, pushing through Swamp Riverside. And this time, Texas Nation, like, you're not going to, fool us once, shame on us, but fool us twice, shame on you.
What if you're trying to psych him out, Alan? You know, like, they're like, oh, he's not going to throw rock 3 times in a row. Throws rock 3 times. You don't do that?
I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Okay.
I am that guy, pal.
All right, now I know. If I ever play rock, paper, scissors, I got you.
Or just throw paper.
That's right. Brezzy with the sniper. Looking for some shots. I do like the change up, but the problem is the first shot doesn't connect. So now BearClaw Esports, they know the sniper's in play. And the nades are coming in. Beautifully done. Double naded out. They'll find the kill onto Brezzy, and that is going to open up a lot more of this site.
Oh, they know Kismet's inside. The stun check not finding intel means that you can get in and take up key rotation position away from the defense of Texas Nation. They have to recover Granny's house. You have to. Or you set up to maybe try to play around the back. But Kismet and Havoc will actually get gifted the 2 kills onto Noisy and Radio, one on either side of the house itself. So now you're down to a 2v3, and your numbers advantage in map positioning just completely gets nixed by the SMGs of Texas Nation winning their individual gunfights.
And you're going to be forced to make a play likely on A. That's where the bomb is. You're low on time, so you're going to have to commit, and you don't really have a lot of time to make this play happen. But Exotic, he does find General in the back, and Welly finds Kismet. So from a 4v3 to a 3v2, back to a 1v2. Havoc has been incredible so far. Can he pull off yet another big play here for his squad? Welly on the bomb. He finds it, and the bomb doesn't go down. Havoc kind of fakes going in. There's no time to plan it. He just needs to play his life and hide, and it looks like he's done exactly that. Havoc gets there again. Plays his life and wins the round for his...
That is the definition. Oh, man, you get the kill at the very last fraction of a second, and then you just sit on the staircase. It's just, oh, boy. Oh, boy. What an important round that is.
Yes.
After losing a first blood by good set hits from BearClaw, you reclaim house, you establish your SMGs once again, and now he kind of makes BearClaw have to set up, I would say this is the time to set your point of contact defense. Yeah, okay, so Welly's going to play backside B. You're going to get Noisy jumping on the window to see if anyone's going to hit house. Exotic watching the push through, and then Radio will make sure no one hits through the front door. This is the default setup that BearClaw was running so successfully in the first week of groups.
Hello.
Yikes.
Havoc is all right here. He's looking for the second as everyone does the jump up top. And you're starting to lose quite a bit of control already around the site. You have no one on the back tank here, but Havoc does get a little aggressive, is not punished for it. I think he spots Exotic, decides to challenge him through the window, finds the kill. Havoc on 4 in a row. Welly, it would take a 1v4, now 1v3, and you're pinned at the back.
Oh, man. I was about to say, the only problem with this defensive setup is you have nobody up top. And I actually prefer when Radial just gives up the front door to Granny's and plays on the window. So you stop that potential push through. Because if someone breaks through into Granny's house and they take that main kind of living room area, so what? You can't really do anything from there. You got Welly that can watch the cross and Noisy that can make sure there's no push through. I don't know, man. I think that's just a flawed setup for BearClaw there, largely off of Radial's position. I hate to call it one player who never even gets point of contact, but that whole setup has to be reading where the aggressive play will come from, and the only thing you're missing is high ground control, and that's honestly the only thing that could really beat up that setup, because you've got two players that are hoping that the ladder window stays safe.
Well, it's starting to become do or die here for BearClaw Esports. Do not want to have to be forced to start winning rounds here. See what they have for us. Every single time they've tried to get aggressive inside of Granny's, it's typically worked. But Kismet, ready, waiting, has the iron up, and finds the first blood. But Noisy, beautiful nade, able to answer back, takes down General, will be able to retrieve the bomb here as well. That is huge.
And this 3v3 does have some legs over towards A with how this defense has moved back, largely because of the aggression shown from BearClaw. So as the bomb gets planted, how quickly do you want to go for this, Havoc? Is he going to sneak for a defuse? He's going to sneak for a defuse. Oh my God, there's nobody here. Noisy has to come back to check this. They never saw it. They were getting into their post-point setups. Nobody saw this.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. I mean, that's like such a ballsy call, because Havoc is just waiting outside of the site saying, listen, I'm going to hop this right away. And you have a player who's pulling off a flank through the bottom of tunnel, I believe it was, to come through for a check. But he just doesn't get there in time because they don't expect Havoc to hop on top of it. The man is 11-4. He is solo winning rounds with sticking defuses. And this is BearClaw Esports' best search and destroy map. They are down 2-5. And they have to win every single one from here on out. And Havoc, aggression, right into Granny's. Hello! Havoc is running at them, but will be punished. Noisy says, too aggressive there, buddy. Shuts him down, and we get to take a breath.
But look how much space that provides Texas to even work with in this 3v4. Welly's not a part of this play at all. They don't, like, the BearClaw doesn't know that Texas Nation are full stacked on towards A. And as Noisy gets picked apart trying to make a play through the middle of the map, this is a huge 3v3 setup that actually favors Texas Nation. The bomb has not been planted as of yet, though, and as BearClaw start to realize that, okay, maybe there's not a play towards B. Welly comes closer, and with this three-man stack, numbers look decent for BearClaw to stop at least a play towards A for now. But once again, the read from Texas Nation, let's go sniff out what's over at the B site. Answer, nothing. Welly crosses back over, and that's going to lead to a 2v2 as General tries to plant. Radial comes to deny, and BearClaw will salvage their defense.
They do save the play. I mean, Havoc was just quite literally sprinting to the back of the spawn, seeing exactly if he could set a record or something like this and how fast he could get back there. And Noisy does win that battle. If he doesn't win that battle, all of a sudden, more players defensively start to get exposed on the minimap if they take shots, even if they trade Havoc. So the fact that Noisy wins that battle is actually so huge on the fact they win that round. So big plays here for Noisy. We'll be able to keep things alive. However, that's just the start. That's the first one. You still got to come away with 3 more, and now you're attacking.
This is exactly what I wanted to see from BearClaw. Wait. Don't throw too much. Try to sniff out a read. Throw a couple of stuns. And then double set this if you're going to throw nades back. But they're not going to. They're just looking for information. These are just the feelers in this situation. The thing about it is, I think you still need to commit members in towards house to stop an immediate defensive retake like we just saw from Havoc in the past. So if you can get a plant, get your ARs holding towards barn, and you can keep an SMG into house, that would be ideal. Oh, no.
That's not ideal, Alan.
No.
As they lose
that's the opposite of ideal.
Now 2v4. Bomb is down. BearClaw Esports, well, it might be coming down to this. Exotic, the last one up in Texas Nation. They pull off the reverse sweep. Back to back.
Is Havoc ever the definition of final? 12-5, 1,300 damage. And I think if you were just to take